Hey, everybody, this is Jan coming back at you with another quick video. And thought I'd bring you into my world a little bit. I was at a client's house about a week ago, and this client is from up north. She's from Connecticut. Her next door neighbor happens to be from New York. We live in Georgia. And during the course of me going over some things and fixing some things, and they had a conversation when the neighbor came over basically to be nosy to see what I was doing. And in the context of the conversation, they do what a lot of people from up north foolishly do. And they started talking about down south and southern people. I wasn't ear hustling or anything, but I was in close proximity to the conversation, so I couldn't help but hear. And they started talking about how slow we were, how simple southern people are, and how things are oversimplified in the South, and basically alluded to the reason that for that being so is lack of education. So I'm sitting back and I thought to myself, I've heard this conversation 100 times in the past from people that often thought that I was not from the South because of obvious intelligence that I've displayed in the past, which is ignorant in my opinion. So I got to thinking about this particular client that I'm speaking of. And I looked at a job that she entrusted one of our Caucasian brothers to do while she was in Connecticut, where she paid this guy $750 basically to do nothing. He was supposed to make her steps serviceable. And anybody that knows anything about woodwork, like I do, knows that, you can build a whole set of steps for under $750 easy. But what this particular person did while she was still in Connecticut and he was in Georgia, so he was unsupervised, was he basically built her 8 steps. That's all he did. He didn't replace the balusters, the handrails, the side rails. He didn't do any of that. And when I got to her house, I had to repair the work that he did because it was so bad. So, getting back to what I previously mentioned about speaking down to southern people. During his whatever he was supposed to be doing on her steps, which was a horrible job, she never called him back. She never threatened him with a lawsuit. She basically accepted what he gave her, which was basically $90 worth of wood product and $660 in labor to basically put 8 steps up, wood steps. So basically taking a 5.5 by 10 foot, cutting it in half, and making the top the top of the step, and then go ahead and making the face. Okay? So basically he didn't do anything. And then, like so many northerners do, she wanted to penny pinch me, or as we say down south, give me the poor mouth, which I politely told her, I don't operate like that. I'm about paper. So, me being the businessman that I am, I put everything down in writing, documented everything, and I got my money. And she was expecting me to go along with the poor mouth routine. But here's my conundrum. We will give people money willingly if they are Caucasian or any other race. But when it comes down to trusting our own people, we have a predisposed issue with that. It's like it's genetically predisposed within us not to trust other black people when it comes down to business. And which makes me end this video by thinking about when I worked in New York, New Jersey, D.C. And the things that I saw when I worked, especially in New York. When I was up north, black people didn't own anything. They didn't own one bodega, one restaurant, one business in Manhattan, aside from the occasional barbershop, which was a rarity in downtown Manhattan. And you could tell when 5 o'clock came because everybody was catching the train back to the boroughs or back to the ghettos. But yet these same people come down here and they buy nice houses and they want to talk down to Southerners like they had it really going on up north, when they didn't own a bread stand in New York and still don't. And people act like we Southerners don't see the videos of how bad the Arabs treat you up north, how bad the Asians treat you in New York, how they lock you in a store and strip a man down for a sneakers bar in Brooklyn, while black people stand around talking about world star hip hop, my nigga. And mind you, I have a lot of relatives in New York, a lot of relatives in New Jersey, Boston. So I'm no stranger to up north or up top. But who are you to speak down to Southern people? Especially when we are innovators, we are business owners, and for all intents and purposes, we're not groveling at the feet of other nationalities begging for something that we ourselves can have. Because although the South may be a little slower, we may not be so 24/7. You have people that have enriched themselves down here and empowered themselves down here through business ownership, and self-determination. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you really talking down to us, or are you envying us for the things that we've accomplished that you, as up north people, still have yet to accomplish? That's just my quick analogy. I love New York. I love New Jersey. I love Connecticut. But we never go up north and talk down to people that are from there. But Northerners are notoriously known for making the wrong assumption that all Southerners are ignorant, that we're slow, that we're pious, and nothing can be further than the truth. You have ignorant people all over. So I think it's just wrong for people to automatically assume that all Southern people are ignorant. It shows your ignorance, really. And that's all I have to say about that. Peace.